Hello again. Welcome to class 503. I forgot. 503. Okay, we'll continue with Luigi Barghini. This is the last episode about Luigi himself. There's one more episode about the Barghini family concerning Anna Barghini and Karl Polster. Okay? I think that's the last one of all. The very last yes. Episode 67 is the last episode of all. Hey, if you don't have this book, I really recommend it because you have the episodes. This is Luigi Barghini today. And you can hear it in British English and in American English. And then there are questions, you see, concerning the episode. And the answers are back here in the back. And so it's a beautiful book for improving your English. All right. Luigi Barghini feels like his life's work is completed. Luigi Barghini feels like his life's work, life con genitivo sajón, el trabajo de su vida. O sea, his life's work, my work, your work, Marta's work, Luigi's life's work is completed. It terminó. I mean, Luigi can die tomorrow and everything is done. Yes, he's decided. What has he decided? He's decided that next Sunday he'll go to Mass. And why? Why will he go to Mass? Luigi never goes to Mass. Well, next Sunday he's decided, ¿qué es lo que ha decidido? He's decided that next Sunday he'll go to Mass and give thanks to God. And give thanks, dar las gracias, to give thanks to God. Why? For making his dreams come true. O sea, Dios ha hecho que sus sueños se hagan realidad. For making. So, he's decided next Sunday to go to Mass. M-A-S-S, que es misa. He's decided to go to Mass to give thanks to God for making his dreams come true. Yes. Here he is sitting with a glass of wine. He says, chapeau. Well, chapeau, no, he says, cheers, cheers, chin chin, brindis, cheers, okay, for making his dreams come true. He feels a little guilty. Guilty, culpable de todo. He feels a little guilty. You're guilty of not buying the books. You're guilty of not making a strong enough effort. Guilty. He feels a little guilty. Luigi feels a little guilty because he hasn't been to Mass in probably 20 years. Okay, 20 años sin ir a misa. Yeah. He hasn't been to Mass in probably 20 years. But his wife has gone every week. So Luigi's wife is a practicing Catholic. But Luigi isn't a practicing Catholic. But he's a believer, I think. All right? But his wife is a disciplined, practicing Catholic, and she's gone to Mass every week, and surely she has talked, hablado con Dios, surely she's talked to God a lot about Luigi and the family. God must like Luigi. God must like Luigi. Yeah. Debe ser que le cae bien Luigi a Dios. Debe de caerle bien. God must like, debe de apreciar mucho a Luigi. God must like Luigi because he has now closed. ¿Ha cerrado? ¿Qué es lo que ha cerrado? Un trato, una transacción, un acuerdo. Ha cerrado un acuerdo. So because he has now closed the most important business deal in his life. The most important business deal, escrito deal, is un trato. Es un trato hecho. It's a deal. Shake. It's a deal. Yes. He's now closed. He has now closed the most important deal in his life. And he's seen his son Roberto succeed in his first assignment with Accenture. You remember Roberto, the son, finished his degree at the University of Milan, a double degree in engineering. Yes. And now he's working in Accenture, and he, according to the story, Luigi has seen his son tener éxito, succeed in his first assignment. Su primer encargo. Encargo de asignación. Decimos assignment for un encargo. Su primer encargo in Accenture. So he has seen his son Roberto succeed in his first assignment in Accenture, and he thinks he thinks that finally his daughter Anna is going to get married. Da, 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 da. Here comes the bride. Okay, and he thinks that finally his daughter Anna is going to get married. He warned his children, ojo, abierto. He warned his children a few months ago that if they didn't give him a grandson or granddaughter in the next 5 years, he would adopt an Indian child through his friends in the Ministry of Industry in New Delhi. Yeah. He said, you remember yesterday, I said, if you don't give me a grandson or a granddaughter in 5 years, I'm going to talk to my friends in New Delhi. All right. About once a year, he visits India to renegotiate an annual contract to supply 30,000 car seats to a factory in Madras, now Chennai. They changed the name in Madras, in the south of India. He's made good friends with several people in the ministry, but now he's going to have a son-in-law. Ahora va a tener un yerno. Oh, a yerno a la vista. Okay. Seems like a good guy, eh? Carl Polster. All right. And hopefully, espera, grandchildren. Carl Polster did what Luigi thought no man could do. Yeah, Carl Polster, what did he? Achieved, logró. Carl Polster did what Luigi thought no man could do. Win the heart of his hard-working daughter Anna. Yes. And he's also helped Luigi's company win the most important supply contract in its history. Yes. Starting in 9 months. O sea, de aquí a 9 meses. Empezando en 9 meses. Starting in 9 months, Luigi's company will supply 16,000 car seats every month to the Mercedes factory in Stuttgart. Oh, yes. It will mean, ¿cómo? Significará. It will mean a 32% increase in sales. Wow. A 32% increase in sales. In addition es más. In addition, by this time next year, a estas alturas del próximo año, para estas fechas del año próximo, by this time next year, the company will surely be number 1 in Europe. Yeah, confetti, all right. Champagne, all right. No un vino, champán. A good glass of champagne, all right. But that's next year. By this time next year, the company will surely, con toda seguridad, will surely be number 1 in Europe in car seat manufacturing. Luigi remembers how he started the company when he was 22. 22 añitos. He started this company. Luigi remembers. Yes. How he started this company when he was 22. He's come a long way since then. He's come a long way. Yes, ha llovido mucho, pero ha venido mucho. Ha progresado mucho. He has come. Es una frase hecha. He's come a long way. You've come a long way. I've come a long way. That means, he's come a long way since then. His only regret now is that his son Roberto is not part of the success. But Roberto is already gaining the attention of the top managers at Accenture. Luigi has no doubt that his son will soon make his name in the world of engineering or consultancy in Italy. It's logical. He has Barghini blood in his veins. Okay. It's just his only regret. Of course, Luigi is very Italian, very Mediterranean. Family. Okay. All the family. Familia, tribu, religion, family. He's very typical Mediterranean, very typical Latin, very typical Italian. Anna, of course, is the CEO. She's the chief executive officer of the company. Luigi's the president, the chairman. But Roberto's not part of the company. But he's working in Accenture, an American multinational, in consultancy, especially in computer engineering. But he's very successful. Why? Because he has Barghini blood in his veins. All right. Yes. So what we have here is Luigi has realized that finally his son, Roberto, has finished his studies, has started working in a very prestigious consulting firm, Accenture, and he has succeeded in his first assignment. He has succeeded in his first assignment. And he's already gaining the attention of the top managers in Accenture. Luigi's convinced that he will make his name, hará su nombre, que significa se ganará fama y reconocimiento. To make your name. I have made my name in Spain in the world of English teaching. Yes. And Luigi is convinced that his son, Roberto, will make his name in the world of engineering or consultancy. Consultoria. All right, consultancy in Italy in the future. Okay. Why? Because he has Barghini blood. Blood, sangre, corre por sus venas. Sangre Barghini. He has Barghini blood in his veins. And Anna is finally going to get, it seems that Anna is planning to get married. And he's surprised that Karl Polster has managed to win her heart, because he thought that no man, ningún hombre sería capaz de conseguirlo. He thought that no man would be able to win Anna's heart, but this German man, Karl Polster. All right. So he's thinking about it, and he's decided to go to Mass on Sunday, He hasn't gone to Mass in 20 years. Can you believe it? He hasn't gone to Mass in 20 years, or he hasn't gone to Mass for 20 years. Both are correct. But his wife, Sophia, has gone to Mass every Sunday. Yeah, she's very religious. Yes. In fact, his wife, Sophia, goes to Mass sometimes on Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday. She goes to Mass many times, more than once a week. And she prays for her husband, and for her daughter, Ana, and for her son, Roberto, and for the company, the car seats, que los asientos de coche salgan bien. And she prays. So, yeah, it's good. Yeah. Ora e labora, dicen los benedictinos, su lema. The motto of the Benedictines is pray and work. So Luigi and Anna are working, Roberto's studying, and the mother is praying. Okay? And it works. Yeah. I put toda la leña en el asador, todo. You have to do everything, right? Yes. Toda la carne en el asador, se dice, no? Toda la leña al fuego. Something like that. Okay. All right. So it works. But Luigi's going to go to Mass. And he's going to give thanks to God. And he's going to thank him because God has made all of Luigi's dreams come true. Okay. Mr. Barghini, success. Yeah, Mr. Barghini, eh? Congratulations. Eh? Things are working out. Las cosas van bien. Ooh, the next episode is Ronnie Perkins, el descarriado hijo de Nigel Perkins. All right, Ronnie. Ya veremos. We'll see what happens with Ronnie Perkins. The last episode about Ronnie. All right, paragraphs. 198 paragraphs, los famosos párrafos. Are you ready? Paragraph number 41. How much time, Ana? Digo Ana. Ana with Ana Barghini. How much time? Oh, we still have some time. Are you ready? Paragraph number 41. All right. I was standing on the platform not far from the exit. As the train came down the tunnel towards us, I thought it seemed to be coming pretty fast. As it got closer, I noticed that the conductor seemed to be staring in front of himself with a blank expression on his face. It was really strange. As usual, nebulous. Train? Yeah. Platform? Tunnel? Yeah. Fast? Conductor? Staring? I'm staring at you. Mirar fijamente. To stare. R simple. Staring. I'm staring at you. All right. But in this case, the conductor. El conductor. Conductor un coche. No. The word conductor in English is basically used for two things. A train conductor, train, including the subway, el metro, the underground, is the conductor. And conductor for director de orquesta, is the conductor, the orchestra conductor. Bop, 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 bop. Yes, yeah, that's the orchestra conductor. All right. I have a picture of myself conducting an orchestra. I have it here, but I can't show it. All right, I'm conducting an orchestra. All right. So, one more time. I was standing on the platform not far from the exit. As the train came down the tunnel towards us, I thought it seemed strange to be coming. I thought it seemed to be coming pretty fast. As it got closer, I noticed that the conductor seemed to be staring in front of himself with a blank expression on his face. It was really strange. Okay. This is a true story. This is a true story. Many, many years ago, maybe 35 years ago, the conductor of a subway or an underground train in London had a heart attack and he died and the train crashed. It came into the station at full speed and many people were killed. And some witnesses, witness is testigo, some witnesses said the conductor was standing with a strange expression on his face, staring straight ahead. So he was dead, probably. And so this paragraph is like comes from that witness. Okay. I was standing on the platform. Platform is el andén, plataforma andén. I was standing on the platform not far from the exit. La salida por ahí. Not far from the exit. As the train came down the tunnel, el túnel, as the train came down, a medida que se acercaba, as the train came down no significa hacia abajo en estos casos, podría ser un poco hacia arriba. Walking down the street, andar por la calle, caminar por la calle is to walk down the street. Usamos down. No decimos walk up the street, a no ser que sea muy pendiente arriba, muy cuesta arriba. It's walking down the street. As I was walking down the street one day, and the train came down the tunnel, se acercaba, towards us, hacia nosotros. As the train, lo importante aquí es as, conforme se acercaba, a medida que se acercaba, según se acercaba. Okay? As, dos letritas. As the train came down the tunnel towards us, I thought It seemed to be coming pretty fast. Yeah. I thought it seemed, parece que viene muy rápido, ¿no? It seemed to be coming, parecía estar viniendo. It seemed to be coming pretty fast, quite fast. I noticed that the conductor seemed to be staring in front of himself, delante de sí mismo, ¿no? He seemed to be staring in front of himself with a blank expression on his face. It was really strange. Okay. And then boom, the accident. Okay. I was standing on the platform not far from the exit. As the train came down the tunnel towards us, it seemed to be coming pretty fast. As it got closer, otra vez as, según se acerca, cada vez más cerca. As it came closer, la primera frase, as the train came down the tunnel towards us, I thought it was coming pretty fast. Otra vez as. As it came closer, I noticed that the conductor seemed to be staring in front of himself with a blank expression on his face. With a blank, en blanco, expression on his face. It was really strange. Understand now? Yes. I was standing on the platform not far from the exit. As the train came down the tunnel towards us, it seemed to be coming pretty fast. As it got closer, I noticed that the conductor seemed to be staring in front of himself with a blank expression on his face. It was really strange. Okay. One paragraph less, 41, eh? Paragraph number 42. Are you ready? Most of us had never been there before and weren't used to such cold weather either. In fact, it was so cold that the inside of your nose froze in a question of minutes. My first impression was that of a cold, gray, impersonal city. This is also a true story about me. Okay. Most of us had never been there before. And weren't used to such cold weather either. In fact, it was so cold that the inside of your nose froze in a question of minutes. My first impression was that of a cold, gray, impersonal city. All right. In December 1971, I was 20. I had just turned 20. I turned 20 in November 1971. I went with a group of students from Dallas, Texas, to Russia, to the Soviet Union, in the winter. Around December, we arrived in the Soviet Union around December 23rd. It was cold, yes, and we arrived in Moscow. We arrived in Moscow. And this is the situation. Most of us had never been there before. A few, yes. The leader of the group and one girl had already been to the Soviet Union. So they were familiar with Moscow, the city. But most of us no. La mayoría de nosotros nunca habíamos estado ahí. Most of us, Mostafa, Mosta, la T de most, bisagra. Most of us, a vas. Yeah, ¿a dónde vas? Most of us. Hey, most of us, ¿a dónde vas? Most of us, así se pronuncia, most of us. Most of us had never been there before. Pluscuamperfecto. Most of us had never been there before and weren't used to such cold weather either. Tampoco estamos acostumbrados a un tiempo tan frío. So most of us had never been there before and weren't used to. No estoy acostumbrado. I'm not used to. And we weren't used to such cold weather either. Tampoco. So it was a new experience. Most of us had never been there before and weren't used to. No digas weren't. And weren't used to such cold weather either. In fact, it was so cold that the inside of your nose froze in a question of minutes. El interior de la nariz se congelaba. Yeah. In fact, it was so cold that the inside of your nose froze. El you impersonal. No, not your nose. It was so cold that the inside of your nose froze in a question of minutes. My first impression was that of a cold, gray, impersonal city. Moscú, en aquel entonces. Ahora creo que no. But it was cold, frío, gris e impersonal. My first impression was that of. Mi primera impresión era la de. Mi primera impresión era la de una ciudad. My first impression was that of a cold, gray, impersonal city. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow to review this paragraph just a little and then to new things. See you tomorrow.